I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. I don't think you're fit to hand the bureau. But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is my time.
I follow you on your social media posts that
it
tear
is
this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh,
you are an
you can try all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not take
It is
responsibility
my time.
for what you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
your
making
time
a mockery
is
of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
the
know
people
how far
of New Jersey
we've come
tell me
since
what my
Utah?
time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's over.
You may be the charge of the
I'm
FBI,
not going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you,
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not afraid of you.
Kash Patel was absolutely on fire yesterday during a Senate hearing. He was ready because he knew they were going to go all over him. We're going to show you some of the best stuff with Macy Hirono, the president of the Mensa Club there in the Senate, and also Adam Schiff. But we're going to start with Cory Booker. Cory Booker didn't get as many headlines, but he was probably the most insulting and odious and demeaning and despicable senator yesterday. And that's saying something, questioning Kash Patel. And Kash, I think, may have caught Cory Booker admitting to participating in a federal crime. I'll show you that clip in a sec, but first, here's how it starts.
Under my understanding, Senator, that the Department of Justice...
You and I both understand the law. Let me finish. I understand under Rule 6 of the Federal Rules of Procedure, a grand jury witness, in this case you, is not barred from sharing their grand jury testimony. This is an oversight hearing. This is germane to your integrity and credibility. You know right now whether or not you testified that President Trump declassified the documents at issue in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Why are you refusing to answer that simple yes or no question right now?
Because the premise of your question is inaccurate. And
there is no premise to my question, but trying to get to an order of what is truth or not.
How do you How do you know what was asked in the grand jury if you weren't there?
Mr. Patel, this is a mockery you're making of this hearing and simple questions.
It's a simple question. If you have
Mr.
a
Patel,
transcript,
during
you can
your
read the
nomination
question, but you don't have it.
You promised that, quote, all FBI employees.
All right, that was the exchange there. Did you see it? Well, Kash Patel said, hold on. Because Cory Booker was saying, did you say this before the grand jury? And Kash Patel decided not to comment on it. He doesn't have to. And Cory Booker thought he had a gotcha. It's like, well, why won't you say it? Why won't you say it? And then Kash just sort of, you can see like a little light bulb goes off like at Kash's face. He's like, wait a second. How do you know what I said before the grand jury?
Because the premise of your question is inaccurate. And
there is no premise to my question, but trying to get to an order of what is truth or not.
How do you know? How do you know?
Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question, you appear to say that the survivors were not credible. These are survivors.
That's not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you this in a second, but let me tell you about the survivors, and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and raped at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to
Is the
invite all
answer yes or
investigative
no
leads.
to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused and raped?
Any insinuation by you or any
What
people
is
on
the
your
an-
side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at the
Mr.
stats.
Patel,
And you talk
Mr.
about
Chairman,
cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
you
this
talk
is
about
my time,
cover-ups.
and I will take
Why
as much time as
Where
I
were
want.
you during the
Instruct
Obama and
witness,
Biden
Mr.
administrations
Chairman.
when these so-called
Instruct the
cover-ups were
witness.
going on?
Are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any person with information about ongoing
I
sexual
didn't.
trafficking.
I'm asking you if they're credible.
Ma'am, I'm
Are
commenting
they
on the
credible?
evidence we have.
But
And
I'm-
we have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and
Patel,
Obama Justice Departments
Mr.
had.
Patel,
And they
this is
determined, not
new.
me, they determined
Mr.
that
Chairman,
information was not
Mr.
credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
President and Vice President of the United States of America. But the title doesn't make the man. We are Americans. We are the most powerful nation on the planet, and what defines us is not our power to dominate the weak. What demonstrates our character is not our capacity to traumatize the afflicted. What speaks our truth is not how we taunt, deride, or belittle those who are embattled, broken, or battered. We are the country of the Marshall Plan, the nation of the Berlin airlift, the country whose leader said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. We're at our best when we are resolute against evil, not when we kowtow to those who perpetrate it.